Welcome back, my fishies, to another Make It Monday. And today, we're going to do something just a little on the different side. You know, I know, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. You don't have to remind me, but again, there's not a whole lot that I can think of that, somebody else hasn't already covered. So we're going to stick with the Christmas theme, because a lot of people start decorating already for Christmas, and that's totally fine. I know there's an argument of, well, you gotta wait till Thanksgiving to start decorating for Christmas. No, you don't. Some people, they're just ready to get into the holiday season. And of course, sometimes I'm one of those people, I'm ready to get into it, get it done and over with. I love Christmas, don't get me wrong. I do. But at the same time, it causes a lot of stress, just like it does for everybody. Even Thanksgiving causes a lot of stress. And of course, right now I've got a lot of stress on me. But we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you what we're doing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doc, just what in the tarnation do you have going on right here? Well, we're going to do a pour video. That's right, paint pour. And this one, I'm calling the Piggy Bank Christmas Fund Jar Fund, F-U-N-D, as in to be able to buy Christmas presents. A piggy bank that you can store money in, strictly for your Christmas shopping needs. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do it. Give me a drink of Big Red there. Now, of course, the way we're going to do this today is going to be a little different than, other pour videos that you may see. And you can pick, condiment bottles up pretty cheap. And I think this one, I got at Walmart, I believe. And I used, they come in 2-packs usually. Or no, these are the individual ones. You want to pause it there and use that in the Walmart app to find the price on it. That's fine. But what you're going to need 3 colors. Of course, I'm having to substitute a little glow-in-the-dark white with my regular white. We'll see how that turns out. You're going to need Christmas green. And we're actually going to use extreme glitter red. See that there? I've got 3 bottles of it just in case. And of course, to our Christmas green, we're going to add a little extra fine glitter to it since we've got our red glitter. Now, I've never used these before, and this particular type of method that we're going to be using, again, this is something that's totally new for me. Of course, pouring medium. We're going to need some of that. And hopefully we don't really need a funnel, but what we're going to do is we're going to open up our pouring medium here. Put that over in the trash bag there. Get this lid off here. This is going to be for our white because we're not going to use a whole lot of white. It's just going to be for more accent, to break up the colors. But we're just going to add about that much. And of course, we're going to go ahead and get our other 2 bottles ready as well. That way we've got those ready to go. And I'm not sure, how much paint we're actually going to need here. So, you know, I'm just kind of guesstimating. This one will probably be our green. And this right here will be our red. And of course, you know, I've got an extra deal of bright red to add more red to it, you know, just in case the pouring medium makes things turn a little pink. And I mean, I'm just mixing it, you know, the levels that I think we're going to need. And of course, you know, next is going to be, we're going to open up our, you know, give our red a good shake here. And, well, that's a bit on the pink side, so we're definitely going to have to add some red into it. Regular red. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump this whole bottle in there. Because I figure, you know, we're going to need at least one. See it coming out there. So, bit on the pink side. I'm not sure how that's supposed to shape out the red, but, you know, hey, we'll make it red, that's for sure. Basically all for that one. And of course, you know, I like to save these, you know, because you can always reuse them. So I'm just going to set that back here for right now. And I'm going to take some of my bright red and add into it. Because we definitely want that Christmas red. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add another dose of the glitter red in there. Just because of how much pouring medium I poured in there. I forget the exact ratios that you're actually supposed to use, but, and of course that's pretty runny, so you know it should work pretty well. One would hope, anyways. Because for what we're doing, we're definitely going to want it just a tad bit on the runny side. That should do it. Leaves a little more in there, but we still got to mix our other colors. So for now, we're just going to put the lid back on that and set it over here after we give it a good little shake. Let's see if we can get it all good and mixed up here. Looks like we're doing alright, I guess. I might squirt a little in a cup just to see here in a second after I get the green taken care of. Yeah, that's looking a little better. It's looking a little darker. So we'll go ahead and set that to the side. And of course, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open up the glitter. Of course, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to absolutely hate what, you know, me and my friends that work in retail call glitter. And of course, if there's any kids in the room, please plug their ears. Well, I'll be nice about it. We generally call it craft STDs, and I'm sure you can guess it, which one we're referring to, considering glitter is something that 9 times out of 10 you just can't get rid of. Well, and that's just probably going to regret doing it this way. I usually do. I guess it helps to open it and take that out, doesn't it? But I think we're going to be better off just doing it this way. We're just going to be real easy about it. And you can tell I'm being real generous with it, because I want to try and make sure that it's just as sparkly as the red. Then I'm just going to take my Christmas green here, get a rogue hair out of the way there. Hopefully you can see the layers there that we're making. Of course, I'm probably going to have to get another green and red there, but that's okay. Yeah. When you're crafting, you're crafting. And we're going to just shake it up. Try and get all the glitter to pour medium and all of that to set together. Of course, if you need to thicken it up a little bit, you can always add a little glue. And I mean, you could even use the glue as a pouring medium. I've done that a few times. And you can tell, we've got a pretty good amount of glitter going there. Kind of looks like that red right there. Now, I don't have, silver. I should have bought some, and I didn't. So we're basically just going to make do. I'm going to use the remainder of my white here. Hopefully it's still good enough. I thought I had more white. I thought I had, a big deal like this of it. But unfortunately, I did not. I had the glow in the dark instead of, and I think metallic silver, which, I mean, could look good on it. But that's just not the route that I was really hoping to go here. Add the glow in the dark, which could end up making this look really cool in the end. Luckily, I still had quite a bit of that left. Y'all know me and glow in the dark paint. I love glow in the dark stuff. I think that's about it on glow in the dark, but I'm going to turn it upside down and set it over there. Put that on good and tight and give it a good shake. And for those wondering what kind of a jar this is a Queen Anne cherry jar. An ex-girlfriend worked for a local drink place and was able to bring quite a bit of these home. So we've got quite a few of them. I tend to make piggy banks out of them quite a bit. try not to knock the camera over. Okay, we got our white good mixed. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my rag real quick. And I'm just going to, wipe this down really good. Make sure it's nice clean surface for the paint to stick to. And what I have here is, it's a Lazy Susan, as my mother calls it. And this piece here is the bottom of an old cake pan. It's so we don't make too big of a mess. And of course, emptied K-cup things. And I'm just going to set it just like that, because we're going to kind of spin it a little. Of course, you kind of want to make sure you got it as even as you can there. And for starters, I'm just going to start kind of with a little X. I'll do the same with the red. Then white. We're just gonna we got a little chunk in the red there. There we go. We're just gonna add the colors till it starts, kind of boiling over there. Set it to spin in there. And well, there's just a lot of chunks in that red. That's not good. Oh. Red is chunky. It's chunky. Whew. Wish I'd have known that. Well, that can be problematic. Oof. I'm going to rinse that out real quick, see if I can get some of the chunkiness out of it. Just hang tight a sec. Okay, hopefully we've got that problem solved. One can hope. You know, it's just, and of course, you know, this is where you want to kind of, you know, start turning, because you just kind of play with your colors, you know. Alternating. You know, and if you can make it go a little fast, you know, if you see that, you know, your colors, you know, it's best to do it on, you know, some kind of a surface that, you know, is level. But in a situation like this, well, you improvise, you know. And of course, it's making really cool patterns that, you know, should have been happening up here, but unfortunately, sometimes that just doesn't turn out that way. And sometimes, you know, with the spinning, you can actually, you know, make it do a little bit more. Let's see, we're kind of thin here, so considering I know that it is pouring a little bit heavier to this side, we're going to kind of force it to go the direction we want. And this is a very messy process. It is indeed. And to a degree, yes, you're going to waste quite a bit of paint in the end. But it's a process. And it's fun to, you know, make a mess sometimes. Turn it to where you can see the cool little effect we've got going here. And I mean, you could even have a, you know, hair dryer, heat gun, you know, and sit here just, you know, forcing it to go where you want. Now, I find it interesting that we've got this right here happening. It's kind of interesting. So, we're just going to add a little green there. Follow it up and just a couple droplets of white. And we're just going to kind of turn to see where we need more paint. And of course, we still need more paint on this side. So we'll just add a little more white. Add a little bit of red. Ooh, kind of overshot there. A little green. More little white. Right here. Add a little red. Add a little green. And another drop of white. And choose, do it how you want. I mean, I think it's turning out pretty cool looking. I mean, it's going to be, you know, kind of difficult. It's going to take a few days for it to dry, of course. And, you know, you need somewhere where, you know, you can let it sit and dry. And, of course, you know, in the end, all this is pulling down at the bottom. You could actually, you know, take something and just roll it through that. You know, because this down here will stay a little bit wetter than the rest of this for a while, except for the top of that. Not sure if we could do something here in a second to be able to show you how you can do that. Of course, you know, if you want a little, you know, void in there, that's fine. I mean, I don't see it hurting anything. But I'm actually pretty happy with that, so I'm actually going to leave that just like that. And actually, I would like to have a little gloop of red here, and you know, little red there with a little white in it. There we go. That kind of balances the colors out a little bit more. Now, it will definitely, you know, keep changing until it dries. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. You know, that can happen. And if it happens, it's okay. You know, it adds to the uniqueness of it. But let's just say, for, you know, argument's sake, you know, you want to do a little cut like this. Well, you know, you just kind of set it there and just roll it over the top of it. And look what we end up with. You know, that's pretty neat. You know, it's something different. You know, absolutely. You know, you see the kind of marble effect that it gives. And, you know, just find you a little spot that, you know, you don't mind getting a little paint on, and just set it there. You know, take your rag, you know, wipe things off. And there you have it. I mean, now it's just a matter of, you know, letting it dry to see what the finished result is. And of course, you know, put the little slot in the top there, you know, to slide your money through. Of course, you know, that you're definitely going to have to wait till it completely dries to be able to do that. Which I'm just going to pull the camera around here just so we can kind of see what's going on at the bottom here. Makes pretty interesting designs. I don't know if anybody else notices this or not, but Christmas Spider-Man? Am I wrong? I don't think I am. Pretty sure I'm nailing that one. But, you know, paint pours are... You're very rarely ever going to get the same result twice. And that's what makes them fun. And, of course, you know, you can see, you know, there's little imperfections here and there. But that's okay. You know, that's what makes it special. And I mean, you know, you could even, you know, when it's almost dry, you know, write a name in it, you know, something like that. But I think that's a pretty neat one. That's definitely going to be one that, you know, gets a shelf space in the Christmas room once we get that all done. And of course, you know, give you a better look at the cup here. It's pretty neat. And, you know, it'll probably dry that way. And like I said, you know, it may take a few days for it to dry, and that's okay. You know, as long as you've got a place that you can put it to where, you know, it's not going to interfere with your day-to-day, to where, you know, you can let it sit and dry, you know, go for it. But that is our Christmas fund piggy bank. And of course, you know, you'll have to take a, you know, knife and, you know, separate the seal around it probably at some point. Again, you know, you're going to have to wait till it's completely dry. And, you know, I like taking like a 50-cent piece. You know, I'll take like a pair of scissors or, you know, a thick bladed knife and, you know, take the lid off, or just, you know, while it's on there, just, you know, dead center and take a 50-cent piece, push it through, you know, or $50, you know, whatever, and, you know, just kind of bend it this way, bend it that way, and, you know, hammer it on in until you hear it drop in. And that way you've got a slot big enough, you know, you fold money up, you can stick it in there. But so there you go, folks. That's paint pour 101. You know, your boy's trying to help you out, you know, give you some kind of an idea. Of course, you know, you can make it whatever color you want, you know. And matter of fact, I'm going to show you something that I've done once before that is a paint pour. And this one I used the strainer method. And let's see, where did it go? There it is. And this one, I actually did it upside down compared to the one we did today. You know, you can tell where the majority of the paint was. And, you know, it's a sink strainer. And I just set it on top and started pouring my paints through. And it started cascading over the sides. And you can tell that, you know, it did pretty good. You know, and it's similar to exactly what we just did. And of course, you know, I think I used glue as my pouring medium for this one. And you can tell where, you know, it was dripping off. And I didn't make the hole in this one yet. You know, I just never got back around to it. But, you know, similar thing. And of course, you know, there's also hydro dip, which is taking a bucket of water and putting different colors of paint. And what you do is you just angle it and dip it in. And, you know, this is one of those. And of course, both of those are hydro dipped. That one is hydro dipped. this one here, and this one here is also hydro dipped. This one I just basically, runny paint, did it. Oh, and that's a hydro dip. This one right here. And of course, the one we just did, once it dries, you can make the board look on it and put your money symbols on it. And of course, this is the type of opening. You can see by my finger, about how big that is. But it's up to you. It's your party. You can do what you want to. I mean, you see there, various things that you can do with styrofoam balls. And of course, one of these days we'll get to the spray paint art. Hopefully I'm going to be able to bring that to you before long. I've got to get that mapped out in my head. And I understand my lighting is kind of off right now, but it happens. But hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification. It really helps us YouTubers out when y'all do that. And hitting the notification bell, keeps you up to date with everything that the channels that you subscribe to are doing. Get the stand back in place there. And that's going to wrap it up for this Make It Monday. Guess we could call it Make It Festive Monday, couldn't we? Because, we did do Make It Spooky Monday. And of course, as always, like I said, I'm going to say it one more time. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and share. Until next time, much love. Rock on. Have a blessed week, everybody. Blessed day, blessed week, blessed month. Hug those that you can and tell them you love them. Until the next time, peace out, y'all.